Alright guys, it is Blockchain coming at you with another technical analysis update. For those of you who are new to my channel, my name is Corey, aka Blockchain. Starting off on my website, blockchaintrading.com. The link is below. Biggest thing I want to highlight in there is a quick description of the exclusive Discord that we have in there for technical analysis, options alerts, and crypto alerts. So no matter what market you're in, we have you covered. So a little intro about us. The three different levels of membership between the monthly, yearly, and lifetime. Starting off on the yearly, you actually get the full six segmented trading class that I have that covers a lot of the trading essentials that I use in my technical analysis, so you can follow along with me. And then of course the #1 trading strategy that I use for free. Just fill this little guy out and I'll send you a video demonstration on my #1 trading strategy that is consistent, profitable, reliable, and applicable to any market. So make sure you guys get in there and check it out, as well as with a couple testimonials here. So definitely get on and check it out. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the Discord. So let's go ahead, and speaking of which, I guess the Discord, let's take a quick look so that way you guys can see what's going on in there. So from a crypto perspective, we have KJ. He alerted us of a 122% gainer today. And then in the traditional markets, if you missed the last week, we have... where is it? Where is his rundown? These are all the ones he had today. So last week he actually had a like 3% or 3,000% confirmed profits from his calls last week. 2,000 the week before, 1,500 the week before. So just absolutely killing it. And then of course, and you can see some of our members' gains that we have here. So actually a couple option calls that I've had there. I had 1,000% gainer from my technical analysis that I posted. MDU Chow, you know, sitting quite nicely with over 30,000% profit on some of his trades that he's been in. So all good stuff. So hopefully I'll catch you guys in there. But let's go ahead and dive into the charts. All right, guys. We are coming at you with another technical analysis update. We're going to start off here on ETH. I'm going to run through a couple different things that I want to highlight, and some possible scenarios that we can go through after that. So the biggest question is, where is the bottom? And that is going to be what everyone's asking. That's what everyone is asking in regards to the current move to the downside. And I'll go through a couple things real quick. And overall, I was looking at a couple different possibilities. One was that this was a finishing move, and this could be a potential wave 1. With this whole thing right here being a wave 2, we got a reaction right here, which is exactly where I was expecting to. However, I believe that was on Sunday or Saturday over the weekend. However, the bears stepped in and shut it right back down immediately. So I'm looking at this overall as being a 5-wave move down, which is a completion of a 3-wave ABC right here. So the way that I would put it together is looking at... There's either a couple different scenarios. One, that this is an ABC right here. And then this right here is A, B, and a C. Or the other scenario is that we have this as our A, B, and a C. So we have a 5-wave move right here. And then kind of same thing where this right here is an A, this is a B, and a C down as well. Either way, that does give us, with these corrective moves, we have several in a correction standpoint saying that this is a 5-wave move down, finishing off and coming up for a potential C leg up. And now in regards to the bottom, the other option was this could be a potential wave 1. This whole thing was a 2, looking for a bounce to get up for a 3, carry on with a little bit more of a bullish run. But we did break a prior low right here on this wick. So that is, in my opinion, it's too low for it to be a wave 2. So I'm still looking at this whole thing being a corrective mess. But I am looking for a impulsive move up for a C wave, but ultimately that still means that we are going to be coming back down again to finish off basically this leg right here. And if we do have a bullish bounce, so say right here is roughly the bottom, you know, how high can that go? So if we're leaning this way, for this is the A and this is the B, coming back up, matching roughly with the trend line is the 786 or roughly 2,500. If we do break that, we can get all the way up to the 1.618, which is basically back up at 3,900 here for ETH. So we have those couple different levels we'd want to watch and pay attention to if we do start to get a 5-wave move up. The other piece that we also have to look at in regards to is just finding in the bottom on this aspect. And there's a couple different ways we can look at doing that. So if this is right here, we need to have an extension right here for this to be basically a wave 1 or an A wave. And then this whole mess right here being a B, and then this coming down for a C for an extension. And where would that land us and put us? So if we pull off our extensions, that's our A, going for a B, and then potentially coming down for a C. Right here you can see that we did tag the 0.5. Yeah, so we tagged the 0.5. So I want to snug these up a little bit, make sure we're, yep. All right, so we tagged the 0.5. Normally for corrections, we do see a 618 move, which would put us down here basically at 1,600. Then we also have the 786, which is down here at 1,390. So being that we are on the 0.5, a little bit of a reaction, you see we tagged the 382, we got a little bit of pump up. We'll see what kind of follow through, if anything, we get off of this 0.5 move. But if that falls, then I would start looking at the 618, basically 1,600, and then the 786. If we look at the daily, if we look at support zones on the daily, you can see right here, the 618 and the 786, those are also support zones on the daily. Then if we go into the hourly perspective, you know, we have a couple other ones in between as well. So we're actually right here on the S2, it's where we are currently at right now. And we also have an S3 for support, a little bit higher at 1450. If I look at some of these other indicators here in Market Liberator, we are looking to potentially print a nice little buy signal right here. And RSI is definitely in the oversold territory. Let's go to a 4-hour real quick. Yeah, so we definitely have some potential to get some movement going, but I think we'll still, you know, come back and potentially double test, find a little bit more of a bottoming formation, or have carry through and start looking at these two particular areas as we go through. The reason why I do have the 25th coming up is just because that is an options expiration date, and that is there's a, I guess, a super heavy amount of options that are expiring on the 25th, and we do tend to get a lot of movement on those particular days. So I'd have that marked as well. And oddly enough, I don't actually pick this up. I was looking at Crown the other day, and the moon phases is something that was brought up before. Oddly enough, that does match up with the 25th for the next moon cycle to take an effect for the next moon. So you can see that really, even looking back through ETH, every single time there's been a new cycle, You know, we can see we get a pump and a correction. We get a pump. This one we got a double pump, but still got moved up. But a pump and then a correction, then a pump and a correction, a pump, correction, pump, correction, pump, correction. Will that lead to potentially another pump up to get us back up for a C? But even like I said, if we do get a C wave, it would still be looking likely to have a connector for this being the A, this being a B, and then another C down, potentially double test the trend line right here, basically 2,700, and then look at potentially blasting off from there. Just depends how high this breaks. So that's what I'm looking for. A couple areas that I am looking and still have interest in on further to the south side. Because if we do zoom out a little bit, go back and we pull our extensions for a 3-wave move for this ABC. It is potential that this could overall be a wave 3 on this, to have another leg down. If this is going to be a type of, I just don't know how it would be. Only I can make of this be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like a leading diagonal. This would be a 1, 2, this would be a 3 going into a 4th, and then a 5, which would put us right down here. At this support zone of 1550. So a couple of things to watch out for, but it's just kind of depend on what kind of reaction we get here. But ultimately looking for a little bit of continuation on the downside to set in a new low, as we are just double testing the bottom of it here. Let's take a quick look at Bitcoin as well. I'm going to take the phases off. Obviously, we have our resistance zones ahead of us that we were unable to break before. But I am also looking at, again, as a larger corrective move, with this being a 3-wave right here, another 3. This right here is another 3. So if that is the case, if we have the ability to pop up impulsively off of a move down for a C wave down. But if we do a larger time frame here, so again, if we pull fib levels for a move down off of the high, kind of similar with ETH, that puts us at the 0.5. Normally we get a better reaction on the 0.6, which would also make low to come in, or make more sense to come in and set a new low, because everyone does like to put their stops right underneath the prior low if they catch the bottom, get everyone stopped out, and then potentially take off. And whether that is going to look like a C wave or potentially set it up for an impulsive wave to the upside. So I'm going to clear a lot of this mess off so we can see a little bit better the wave structure from up here. All right, so prior high. Let's just go and pull a fib level off this guy. I mean, nothing really super noteworthy. You know, we're trying to hover around the 618, but didn't really find it as super heavy support. But the 2.236, yeah, that's interesting. So it kind of comes down to if this is potentially looking at a wave 1, 2, 3, this is a 4, and then this is a 5. And if that's the case, then we're moving down with 5. And if we move down with 5, or start with 5, we have to end with 5. Whether it's another, you know, if we get a correction back up and then another 5 leg down for a wave 1, or start to move down impulsively again with a wave 3. So I think that's going to be the biggest question to see what this turns out to be. If this is overall an A, B, and a C, or if this is basically a 1, 2, 3, 4, and then a 5. So I'll have to dive into the smaller time frames. I'm not going to do it on today's, but a couple thoughts that I have in regards to what I'm looking for. So I'll have to see the breakdown and see what it comes down to see if we can make a 5-wave out of this. Because it is possible to have an ABC right here, a zigzag, and then a connector B, and then have another, just a 5-wave move to finish it off, and then start a whole brand new move once this bottoms out. But if we're looking at a price point, we have the 618 right there, basically 2,700. 786 below that, basically a 24. If we go to the daily, lines up with the support zones. Yep, it's perfect. Weekly, let's see. Looks like we have a weekly support right here as well at 27. So 27K, not quite, call it 26,500 is what we'll call it for a support zone right here. But it does, even on right here on a weekly, this does look to be more of an impulsive move down, which ultimately means that, you know, if it starts with 5, it's got to end with 5. And that would be the concerning thing, because we would basically have an overall wave 1, or at least an A, to basically come back up and do one of these things. And give us room to come back up, hit the 618, somewhere around there. Let's pull that just for fun. See where that lands us. Pretty close with the 618 right here at this weekly resistance level, right back at 42. So interesting stuff. So I'll have to dive into a little bit more of a smaller time frame analysis to see if I can make basically a 5-3, 5-3-5 out of this, or if this is going to lean more of an ABC, and that would be, you know, that'd be hope for the bulls out there, but I don't know if we're going to get it. So that's all I got, guys. Definitely paying attention to this move down here on the weekly perspective. We are inside the bearish control zone, obviously, but we are looking to potentially print a weekly buy signal as well. The last one we did have before that was right down here in wave 2. And then this one basically was in the wave 4 within the wave 1. So it is possible. I'm not ruling it out yet that the bull run is over. We might just need to be going into a little bit more of a corrective status and a corrective state. And if that's the case, you know, be looking potentially as a 5-3-5 to form out and consolidate a little bit more. And if we did that, it'd probably look a little bit more like this before we consolidated enough to take off and go from there. So all in all, guys, that's what I got. Make sure you guys smash likes. Hopefully I'll see you guys in the Discord, and I'll catch you guys tomorrow for the next video.